If you're under 30, you're being lied to. The traditional promise, work hard, get a degree and buy a house, all of that is completely dead. And the people in power are trying to gaslight you into thinking it's your fault. When a system fails you, the people in charge love to use one specific word to protect themselves. Complicated.
People and the number of them that are out of work. This is a long-standing, long-term problem. It's been going on for many years. It's complicated.
Keir Starmer just looked at the millions of young British people struggling to find work and told you it's complicated. But let's be honest, it's not complicated at all. Calling it complicated is just a political shield. It's an excuse for terrible policies, awful decision-making, and a system that has fundamentally broken the unwritten contract between the British public and the state. In this video, we are breaking down the 4 main reasons why our youth are being left behind and how the system is rigged against you from day one. Stick around until the end because we're going to give you the common sense policies needed to fix every single one of these areas. Welcome back to Politics and Principles. If you're tired of the excuses and want real, unfiltered, principle-based insights, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel right now. Let's get into the details. People respond to incentives. If a young person grows up seeing their peers or parents living comfortably on welfare payments, and they look at the typical salaries and types of entry-level jobs available, they quickly realize something is terribly wrong. In many cases, the benefits payout actually competes with or beats a starting wage. When the governments pay you the same or more to stay at home, as a business pays you to work a 40-hour week, the government destroys the incentive to work. They cultivate a culture where staying stagnant is rewarded and striving to grow is penalized. So what is Starmer's big idea? Throwing a £3,000 bribe to companies to take on apprentice.
So what we've put in place is £3,000 support for any employer that takes someone who's been unemployed for 6 months, a young person, and gives them an apprenticeship, that start that they need.
It's a drop in the ocean. It's band-aid politics. He's clearly using optics to say he's doing something, when in reality, he and the Labour Party are not doing anything to put a dent into the pervasive youth unemployment. The government needs to realize one fundamental truth. It's not their job to create jobs. The government's only job is to create the policies that allow businesses to grow and create jobs that would benefit the economy. If you want young people to work, you don't offer corporate bribes, you lower taxes. When you lower taxes, businesses automatically have the capital to expand, innovate, and hire. Growth creates opportunities naturally. And in the higher education system, there also lies a trap for young people. Right now, universities operate like businesses. They don't care if a degree actually leads to a career. They just want the tuition fees. We let 18-year-olds sign up for life-altering debt before they even know who they are. They spend 3 years studying, graduate with a mountain of debt, only to realize there are no jobs in that field, and then have to completely retrain. If a government continues to fund degrees through student loans that cannot be paid back because the degree is essentially useless to economic growth, then that government has failed on 2 fronts. They are funding students to do programs that will not lead to jobs, and those students then become dependent on taxpayer-funded government support because they do not possess marketable qualifications. And after education fails them, the job market delivers the final blow. Look at the English Channel. Constant illegal immigration makes it incredibly easy for undocumented arrivals to get settled status and enter the workforce. Unregulated labor, it absorbs the entry-level jobs that British young people are supposed to get to build their skills. But it gets even worse. Look at the other end of the age scale. Because the state has completely mismanaged the nation's finances, inflation and mortgage rates are killing retirees. I know people personally who worked their entire lives, paid their taxes, retired, yet had to go back to work just to pay their mortgages because state pensions are insufficient to cover living costs. If cheap foreign labor takes the bottom jobs and retirees are forced to keep working until they drop just to survive, and universities are offering degree options that provides no realistic job prospects, the pathway for the next generation is completely blocked. Now, here are the 5 common sense policies to fix the youth unemployment problem in Britain. 1. The welfare fix. Start incentivizing work. Reduce the payouts for staying home to encourage people to find a job or start a business. Ensure that a 40-hour work week always pays significantly more than sitting on the sofa doing nothing. Number 2. The education fix. Map the national workforce. Forecast what skills we actually need. Then only fund the degrees, apprenticeships, and training that meet those demands. Simple. 3. The illegal migration fix. Stop incentivizing illegal migration. France receives millions of pounds of British taxpayers' money to stop border crossings, yet they do little to nothing, often guiding illegal migrants straight into the UK waters. Stop putting arrivals in HMOs and luxury hotels. And if you enter the UK illegally, there should be zero route to settlement or citizenship. Period. We must leave the ECHR so we can freely deport those who are here illegally, taking jobs from the British youth. Number 4, the retiree fix. Take care of our own veterans. Retirees have done their due diligence, working and paying taxes for decades. They should not be forced back into work just to cover a mortgage. Stop sending billions in foreign aid. Redirect that money to support our retirees. This frees up entry-level jobs, allowing young people to find pride in earning their own money instead of depending on a state that borrows money just to pay them. Number 5, the business fix. Lower taxes on businesses across the board. Give them the financial breathing room to expand so rapidly that they have no choice but to hire young people and actually invest in them. The problems are real, but so are the solutions. None of this is complicated. None of this requires genius. It just requires a government that actually puts their country and its people first. If you think it's time Britain started doing that, share this video, because the more people who understand what is actually going on, the harder it becomes to ignore. I'll see you in the next one. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.